The year is 1984, and we're living in it. This book is no longer science fiction, it's science reality. Because YouTube is testing blocking ad blockers on YouTube. That's absolutely crazy. First, it was the Twin Towers that fell, and now it's ad block on YouTube. What's next? Are you going to try to remove the stall doors from public bathrooms? This is absurd. I thought I lived in America. I thought I had free will. Anyways, that might have been a bit of an extreme intro there. Basically, what's going on is that YouTube is running a little test. I don't know exactly where they're doing it at. It hasn't popped up for me yet, but for some people, this notification right here is popping up when they have an ad blocker on YouTube that says ad blockers are not allowed on YouTube. It looks like you may be using an ad blocker. Ads allow YouTube to stay free for billions of users worldwide. You can go ad-free with YouTube Premium, and creators can still get paid from your subscription. Allow YouTube ads, or try YouTube Premium. So this is a pop-up you've definitely seen before. I believe it's Forbes, the website, that has this pop-up that won't let you access their website unless you disable your ad block. And I think that's absolutely ridiculous. It's not a fair exchange whatsoever. It's like trading a paperclip for a Ferrari. It's just a bad deal. Like, why would I disable my ad block only to get a shitty little article? I just immediately always back out of the website like it's asking to see my penis, and then go to the next website down who wrote a news article about the same exact thing and doesn't make me disable my ad block. Because nobody enjoys seeing ads. Ads are one of the biggest annoyances in the world, right up there with mosquitoes and gnats. I might even put it one tier above, because I know when I'm clicking around on stuff and an ad will pop up and I accidentally click on it, it's one of the worst feelings in the world. I feel like I've just been absolutely humiliated for clicking on that thing. It makes me feel like I'm in the middle of town square being pointed and laughed at and shunned for being a dweeb who clicked on a pop-up ad. It makes me feel like a grandmother who's getting scammed by a Microsoft tech support scammer. It just isn't a good feeling whatsoever. I hate it. So now it seems that YouTube is dipping their toes into the anti-ad blocker waters. Honestly, it's kind of shocking they haven't done this sooner, because AdBlock has been around practically longer than I've been alive, since before I was even a thought. And they're a money-hungry corporation trying to do everything they can for the profit margins. So it's honestly very surprising they haven't tried to do something like this a lot sooner. But regardless, they're testing it out now, and if they're testing it out, that probably means they're going to implement it in the near future. And once again, 1984 is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. But also, this is kind of, it just kind of sucks overall. Like I said, nobody likes ads. And if you watch like one of the movies on YouTube, it's going to turn like a 2-hour movie into at least like a 3-hour movie. Because I know the way it works on YouTube is that the creator can actually go in and put how many ads they want in the video. And it can range, I think a 10-minute video, you can put like 1 or 2 all the way up to about 5 ads. And if someone, the money-hungry people, like the J Station kind of creators, the ones who are only there for the money, like Mr. Krabs, they could take advantage of that severely to make a whole lot more money by putting 5 ads in a 10-minute video that you just have to watch, because ad blocker is now an ancient relic of the past, like a dinosaur. And it's going to probably piss people off. It's going to make them get their pitchforks out and start to revolt against YouTube for sure. And every time the topic of ads on YouTube is brought up, it always makes me think of this meme that I seen forever ago where this person tweeted out and said, "Hey at YouTube, maybe don't put ads before first aid vids. I don't have time to watch a Red Lobster ad when my grandma is choking on a fishbone." And then Team YouTube replies and says, "Sorry to hear about the trouble. YouTube Premium offers an ad-free experience when you watch videos. Learn more here. Hope this helps." It's just always so funny to see like the auto-generated responses on such a crazy tweet like that. And now another point I wanted to make is that if AdBlock does get banned on YouTube and you find it a completely unbearable experience, you can't grit your teeth and get through it, the ads are just way too much for you that it turns you off from watching anything on YouTube, your only option is YouTube Premium, which I gotta say, it does start out quite expensive, honestly, for a subscription service. It starts out at $12 a month. Like, sure, getting rid of ad blockers is going to make probably a small amount of people buy YouTube Premium, but overall, I think it's just going to make a bunch of people hate the platform even more, because there are a lot of issues that they aren't really addressing at the current moment, and adding something that people aren't going to like just as much isn't really going to help your public image. But in the end, all I think is going to happen if they do decide to implement this, I think, bad idea, is that someone is going to just build a better ad block that's going to be able to bypass their new little restrictions. And then if they decide to block that one, someone will just make an even better ad blocker, because honestly, you can't stop people on the internet. It's an unstoppable force, and YouTube isn't exactly an immovable object, so they don't really stand a chance. But even if someone doesn't build a better ad blocker, this could give another company the opportunity to build a better YouTube and steal a bit of YouTube's fan base and be an actual competitor to YouTube, because YouTube has a huge monopoly right now on the entertainment scene. For sure, there's nobody that's even within like fart sniffing distance of them. So maybe this is the start of the beginning of the end for YouTube. Same thing was said with Twitch when Kick started up, and nothing's really happened with that yet. But obviously, stuff like that's going to take a lot of time. I just felt like it was what am I saying? I'm having a stroke. I felt like it was worth talking about this situation, because it is kind of crazy that YouTube is starting to implement their anti-ad blocker thing. And I guess it's just going to be fun to see how it all unfolds. Maybe it'll end up being a pleasurable experience, like kicking back in a lawn chair with a nice cold drink and just watching the world burn from its own mistakes. But until then, I think this is a bad idea, and I'll catch you next time.